Good morning. It's actually not that great of a morning because I went to bed at 4 a.m. yesterday. Actually, it was past 4 a.m. and I had a 9:30 class this morning, so I love that for me. But honestly, the fact that I was able to go to my 9:30 class this morning is a win for me. My first class of the day was my music and social change class. Today was a pretty typical class where we have a discussion. Based on the readings that we were assigned for this class, the expectation is that you participate, and one thing that I hate is whenever you have like a thought that you're going to participate and I'm like working up the courage to participate, and then someone says my exact thought, which is so annoying. Then after my music and social change class, I headed to DBART to go to my second class of the day, my data feminism class. And this class is super chill. Usually we'll have lectures and then discussions based on readings that we've done. But now, since we're getting closer to the end of the semester, most of our class time was spent working on our final project. I love that this professor gives us a chance in class to work on our final project because I'm genuinely so stressed out. The next few weeks are going to be really difficult for me. The nice thing about this class too is that we get a lot of freedom on what our final project is, but I just chose a research paper because I honestly really enjoy writing papers. Then after class, I went to the grab and go. The dining hall gets really busy during lunchtime, so unless I have lunch plans with someone, I always go to the grab and go to pick something up. The way grab and go works is that you get 7 points, so everything is assigned a point value, and you get to pick things equal to 7 points. And then you'll never guess where I went next. I went to Cafe J, of course, my favorite place, and I got the same drink I always get, an iced white chocolate mocha. By this time of the day, I was getting so tired because I had stayed up so late last night. And if you were wondering what I was doing, I literally stayed up late last night to work on an AI assignment. Basically, the assignment was to use AI to derive insights from a data set and then create an AI generated slide deck. And the thing is that I was working on an essay that I had to finish due Monday night. So I didn't even get to start on this assignment until after midnight, which was completely my fault. But this professor is super chill. So the way he described the assignment was very chill. And then I started working on the assignment and it took way longer than I thought. Again, completely my fault. So basically I made a series of bad decisions. And when I get less than 6 hours of sleep, I feel horrible. So it was really a struggle for me, but I went to my last class of the day, which was my social media strategy class. We just had a lecture, a typical class day. And then the nice thing about this class is that we almost always get out of class early. So then after class, I decided to head back to my dorm. I had a pretty chill day today. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so tired. All I want to do is sleep. I'm probably gonna end up getting an energy drink or something later because the coffee did not do it for me. And I have a really late night today. I have to work on a ton of different things. So I'm not gonna lie to you, it's going to be rough. And normally I would just relax a little bit after my classes, but today I have to go to a lecture. And honestly, I need to leave right now. So let's go do that. So one of the reasons that I had to go to this lecture was because I am a writer for The Observer. The Observer is a student-run newspaper at Notre Dame, and my article this week was to cover this lecture. This lecture was really interesting. There was a lot of content in it. I wrote like 3 pages of notes, and the lecture was about China. One of the things that I really like about writing for The Observer is the fact that I get to go to a lot of lectures or events that I typically wouldn't have made time for before. There's always really cool and interesting events happening on campus. It's just really hard to make time to go to them. After going to that lecture, I went back to my dorm and I immediately started writing the story, basically recapping the lecture that I had gone to. Honestly, writing the story took me a long time, just because the lecture had a lot of information in it. Then when I was starting to get distracted and lose focus, I decided to head to the library. Usually whenever I change my study spot, I'm able to refocus. I like going to this section in the library called the jungle. I personally don't like being in really quiet areas because I like a little bit of noise in the background whenever I'm doing my work. While I was at the library, I was working on a few different things. I had to finish writing my Observer article, and honestly, that took me way longer than it should have. So honestly, a lot of my time at the library was spent on that article. And then while I was at the library, I also started doing some readings and discussion posts that I had to do for my classes tomorrow. I prioritized doing that over my other assignments just because I had to do that work before class the next day. I only ended up spending a few hours at the library before Irvine and I decided to head back to our dorm. And the dorm that we live in is so close to the dome, so one of my favorite things is late at night walking back to my dorm and getting to see the beautiful dome. But the main reason I decided to head back to my dorm a little bit earlier than I usually would have was to go to night prayer. In my dorm, we have night prayer during Lent, and it's every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I love it so much. I try to make it to night prayer as much as I can, and it's only 15 minutes long, which is amazing.
Hey y'all. Basically, I've made a series of very bad decisions. So I came back from the library and then I went to night prayer. And then after night prayer, I have literally been talking with some of my really close friends in my dorm for literally hours. Mind you, night prayer is only 15 minutes. After that, I took a little break and then I was like, no, I'm gonna get back on the grind. But then I was texting with my friends and then they live on the 4th floor. So I went up to the 4th floor and I was like, okay, we're just gonna chat for a little bit.
Aww. We literally knew this actually too.
Guys, I'm literally getting bullied right now.
Bro.
We are being supportive. We like literally watching all your videos. You need more money.
No. You want to know what time it is? It's literally 2:45. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. This is literally unacceptable. Like, it's so, you guys. It just sucks because I was having such a great time with my friends, and genuinely when I was talking to them it felt like 5 minutes. I literally had to force myself to leave, and thankfully I don't have class tomorrow until 11, but still, you guys, like, I actually have a lot going on. I have a very busy week. I'm very stressed out. I have a whole paper to write. I was supposed to write that paper today. I did not have time to do that. I have some research done for that paper. I don't think I've said this on my channel yet. One of the clubs that I'm in, I'm a co-lead for a project. I'm in a club called Student Policy Network. Pretty much what the club is that we get partnered with an organization and we do policy research, and then we present our research to the organization. And I'm doing a traveling project, so we're actually traveling to DC. We travel next week. I just have some editing that I have to do for this project because I'm a co-lead, so we have members of our project and they have done research assignments, and basically I just need to edit some of our deliverables because we're doing a practice presentation to exec tomorrow. Our meeting got moved to 9 p.m. tomorrow, which is stressful because I have room picks at 9 p.m. The meeting's at 9 p.m. Essentially what room picks is that we already had an intent sheet, which basically, like, you get lottery numbers. Lottery numbers are basically, they go in order of seniority. So seniors, juniors, and then rising sophomores. Our dorm sends us floor plans, and then we also get open house. Open house is basically when everyone in the dorm, except first year rooms, because first year rooms are assigned, because at Notre Dame, first year housing, you don't get to choose your roommate or what dorm you're in. You get randomly assigned it. So everyone but first years has to open their doors and everyone can go look in everyone's room just so you can see all the rooms before you get to pick. And then we get an intent sheet sent out that was sent out last week. And basically in order of seniority, you go and choose the room that you want. So it's seniority and it's a lottery number. So basically it's randomized. Housing randomly gives everyone a lottery number. I think I was pick 7. Only 8 seniors are staying on campus. Next year, I'm one of them. So I got the 7th pick out of 8, which is not bad at all. I'm really lucky. My dorm has 50 singles, so I was guaranteed a single. So I'm really excited about my room for next year because I chose a room with the dome view. But yeah, anyways, basically that was a long way of saying that tomorrow we have to be at room picks. The intent sheet is basically like a practice run just so no one's surprised. It's especially helpful for rising sophomores because obviously they get the lowest picks, so they can see whether they need to be in doubles or quads or if there are any singles left over. We had literally so many singles left over that any rising sophomore that wanted a single could get one. Yeah, but anyways, that was just a long-winded way of me saying that I have to be at room picks tomorrow and then go late to my meeting where our project is presenting, and I'm literally a co-lead, so it's gonna look real bad showing up late. I'm also really tired because I went to bed super late last night. Clearly wasn't that tired if I was able to talk for like 3 hours, but whatever, what's done is done. But it's really late. I think I'm gonna try to grind until 3:30. I need to grind a little bit. Like I just have to stay up. Normally I just like whatever, go to sleep, but I have a lot going on tomorrow. I have a paper due tomorrow. I have a few assignments I have to do. I also have that project presentation. Like, tomorrow's gonna be rough, so I just have to suck it up. And then I also really need to shower. So yeah, both those things need to get done.
The first thing that I started working on were my SPN slides. The slides are done. I'm just trying to edit them as much as possible. I first started SPN my sophomore year in the spring. Really enjoyed the project that I worked on. In Student Policy Network, essentially what we do is we do a lot of like policy research. And I really liked the organization that we were doing the policy research for. So when I came back to campus this semester, I became a co-lead for this project, which has been super exciting. We're traveling to DC to present our project literally next week. So my co-lead and I are trying to finish editing our deliverables, which are a slide deck and a white paper. The white paper is super long. Also, I know it's kind of crazy that I'm staying up this late to do work when it would probably make more sense to go to bed early and just do the work tomorrow. But for me personally, I just have a really hard time going to sleep if I don't have certain things done. Like, I could get into bed, but I would not be able to sleep because I would just be so stressed out that this one thing that has to be done doesn't get done, which is honestly one of my toxic traits, because honestly, sometimes it just makes way more sense to just go to sleep.
Guys, I'm so tired, but I just need to finish the slide deck. I don't have that much left to do, but I'm so tired. I also need to shower, and I want to do, even if it's like 3 sentences of my essay, I just have to start it because I'm in a really bad spot. I mean, I did do it to myself, so like taking full accountability, but like this week's taking it out of me. Wait, also I'm kind of freaked out because hopefully the essay is due tomorrow night and was not due. Okay, thank gosh. I triple checked. I've checked literally every single day. It's due tomorrow at midnight, and by tomorrow I mean today because it's really late at night. Yeah, I'm gonna hurry up, finish the slide deck, then shower, and then come back, try to do something of my essay, blow dry my hair, and then go to bed. I know you're probably like, it's so dumb to shower before you sleep, especially when it's so late, but I just hate when my hair is greasy. So, okay, let me finish this.